My name is Kerstin and I'm a holistic health coach and the host of the Quest for Healing podcast. Today, I'm going to show you how to deep clean your Vitamix blender using non-toxic cleaners in 3 easy steps. If you use your blender a lot to make smoothies and healthy soups, you may have noticed over time that in the cracks and the crevices that you can get buildup in there. And I know you want to get it deep cleaned and you don't want to use harsh chemicals to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do it using non-toxic cleaners. So here's what you need to get started. First, we need Branch Basics Kitchen Spray, which is an 11-to-1 diluted combination of the Branch Basics concentrate with water and the Branch Basics Oxygen Boost. What I really love about Branch Basics products is they're non-toxic, fragrance-free, and they're biodegradable. And the only other thing we're gonna need for this is a Pyrex bowl and a spoon, just to mix up the combo of the 2 cleaners. So with that, let's get started. So for step 1, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a paste with the Branch Basics Oxygen Boost and the Branch Basics Kitchen Spray. So first, let's look at the blender here. It's got all of this grunge built up in it. I make smoothies with this every day, sometimes multiple smoothies. I make a lot of blueberry smoothies. I end up with a lot of celery and things in there with mineral salt, and that stuff really builds up around these edges over time. And the company says to soak it in water and vinegar and that'll get them off. And I actually did that yesterday on this blender and it didn't take them off. The grime just collects and you do have to do a deep cleaning to get them off. This is pretty easy to do. Step 1 is to just take a couple good scoops of the Oxygen Boost and spray some of the all-purpose kitchen spray in and make a nice thick paste with this and then put it on the inside of the blender. And it's really just around those edges where this stuff collects. And you want to make sure your paste is nice and thick. As we stand this up to let it sit, you want it to stick. It fizzes a little bit, and that's the magic of it working. So I'm just getting it along those ridges. And the ones closest to the spout are the dirtiest. And I save a little bit at the end because I want to put some on the blade at the bottom. Since the blades on Vitamixes aren't removable, they're harder to clean, right? So we want to make sure we get some on the bottom there. Take all that grime right off. I have spent time before. I knew how to do this with steel wool trying to get that clean, and I will tell you that's a lot of work. Okay, so we've got a nice paste on this, and now we're going to let it sit for a few hours. I have been soaking the blender for a few hours with the Oxygen Boost paste in there. I swished it around and it gets pretty foamy in there. But all we do for step 2 is I'm going to fill the blender up with water and then let it sit overnight. Then tomorrow morning I will check back in for step 3, which is just taking off all the caked on grime.
So the blender's been soaking all night. What I can see already is the grime that's built up along these channels on the edges of the canister have really started to just dissolve.
So let's clean the blender and see how this turned out. I can tell already that most of the grime that was in those channels is all gone. And I'm not even using a harsh sponge, I'm just using a soft cloth. And so much of that gunk that was in those channels, that brown gunk, is just gone. And one of the dirtiest spots is up here around the spout. The stuff that was in here that was brown yesterday just turned into a light white film, and it just comes off easily with this cloth. It just needs a soft wipe. Even all the grime that had built up right around this spout, it just wipes right off. Easy step 3 for our cleaning this morning. So now that I have this all dried off, let's see how it did. The first thing I want to look at is the blade. Before we cleaned this, the blade had all that brown buildup on it. And I didn't even scrub that. It came off from the soaking and just a basic washing that we just did. That's wonderful news. It's hard to get in there with a scrubby. I have tried that in the past before I found this better way of cleaning it. So that was good news. The other area on this that was really dirty was up here around the spout. And there's lots of cracks and crevices here on the container. That's where a lot of it had collected. So that came really clean. And again, we didn't use a scrubby. We just used that soft cloth and it all came off. And if your spout is really dirty and it needs another soak, just take bowl and put some more of the Branch Basics spray and the Oxygen Boost on it and just flip the blender upside down and let it soak for a couple more hours, and then it'll all loosen up and come off. This blender's in pretty good shape. It's probably a couple years old and it cleaned up really nicely. I hope you found this helpful. For more information about Branch Basics, check out the link in the description below and look for my most recent discount coupon. Please know that I'm an affiliate for Branch Basics, which means that if you buy through my link or using my discount code, I will get a small commission at no extra cost to you, and in fact, while you're saving money. I hope you have a healthy day.